Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We've got a lot of things to talk about tonight with Metamonkey AI, and we'll also touch on a few other things. So welcome to the channel. I'm going to be joined by Waddy and Sean Crypto Smith here in just a minute. But everybody welcome. Jay, good to see you. Tim. So we had a lot of good news coming from the VC today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with Metamonkey, and then we'll also talk about some stuff with Paris. So I'm going to go ahead and bring those two in. We can chat a little bit, and then we'll get started. Waddy, how are we doing tonight?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Just excited about the news that came out from Metamonkey. So we're going to jump into that here in just a little bit.
What's up, Waddy? How's it going, Alex?
Going, Sean? Good.
Living the dream, brothers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that news, man, that's a big time bomb, but it's a good thing, man. Like, I'm freaking excited now. It's more than ever.
I agree. And you know, we voiced our concerns with the couple extra weeks that they had. You know, not necessarily worried about it personally, but you know, we were told coming out in the next couple weeks, and well, it's been a couple weeks. So hey, they kind of putting their sticking to their word. So, hey, Broderson.
Yeah, sometimes you do get nervous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's easy to get nervous in this space. Right? Are they really going to do it when they say they're going to do it?
Yeah.
No, but you know, like, as far as them keeping the word, you know, they got a pretty good track history on that one. So,
yeah.
Can say, you know, nothing bad about it. So
yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, and the only thing that concerned me at first was, you know, it's a new project, and you say you have this ready to go, and then you don't, and it's like, okay, well, if it's the only time, then that's cool. But you know, they stuck to it. You know, they announced the wallet going to be released in 24 hours on the Google Store. Now I'm a little disappointed. You know, it's not going to be on Android or Apple yet, but you know, I still think it's awesome. You know.
Yeah.
Us Apple guys always have to wait.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I could just say on that one, I finally got an advantage over Apple, because everything else, you know, is like I joined some Twitter spaces and everybody's switching their voice, and I'm like, how's everyone doing that? Oh, we all got an iPhone.
Yeah.
So for Android, it doesn't work. But
yeah.
Now that Metamonkey AI is releasing the wallet first on Google Play Store, I'm gonna be like, yeah, guess who's bad now?
Nice.
I'm disappointed because I won't be able to like do any videos on it, like actually using it, because I have iPhone, so I won't be able to, you know, to show people what it's about, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But hey, he said soon, hopefully with iPhone. I know every time something like this comes out, this always happens, and you know, Apple is just a little bit harder, you know, to go through, from what I've heard, to get an app on there and get it approved. There's a lot more steps from what I've heard. So, but it'll come.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, I'll be nice. I will record the video, send it to you. Just give me the credit for it.
Yeah. How much is it per minute? Is it per minute or what?
Yeah, no, I'm messing with you, bro.
Hey, Kruger, good to see you. Queen, good to see you too. Thank you guys for coming and watching. You know, I think the most interesting part of this whole wallet thing was the way that it's going to be used, right? You're going to need a MetaMask wallet and use the key, not the seed phrase, just the key into the wallet to use it. I thought that was interesting. You know, when he first started talking about it, I thought seed phrase, and I'm like, oh crap, here we go. You know, like with MetaMask, you had to use your seed phrase, and I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I'm not putting my seed phrase in there. No way. So I think that's interesting. What do you guys think about that?
I think, yeah, you're right. I agree 100%. I know anytime, you hear, just go ahead and put your seed phrase in there, you tend to freak out a little bit. And I know everybody else does, but, you can always, get a different wallet, I guess, if you wanted to, if you want to get a different MetaMask wallet. But
Yep.
yeah, if you just have to put your, or you don't have to use your seed phrase, then yeah, I'm game.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't even really think about being able to use that key instead. And I even took me a minute to go in my MetaMask and find that. I'm like, okay, I got to find this now. And so sure enough, it's there. It's just one big long number, and you'll just copy and paste that in there, and everything will be usable in there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree 100%.
And different. I mean, nobody else. They keep saying they're gonna have features that nobody else is using, and
Well,
I don't know of another wallet that you can use that.
well, how about the NFC feature and the Bluetooth feature? I haven't seen that on any other wallet either.
No, nope,
So,
me either.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with it once it comes out on for iPhone. Yeah, I'm a little bummed, just like you, but they got to go jump through the hoops everybody has to go through. So it's okay. We'll see. Well, I'll get to see Waddy's interpretation of the wallet and get him to show that off for us.
I was talking to Augustine about it and on my AMA, and I'm like, man, this is going to be like the second or third time that I thought maybe I have to go get an Android phone just so I can use this, and I never have. But it's one of those things where too bad I don't have an Android phone laying around that I can use. But I've never had one. I haven't had one in years.
Yeah, I'll ask the wife if she can just get me a second phone and just to have just for occasions like this. We'll see what she says. I'll let you know what she says.
I know what mine's going to say.
Yeah, I know. My wife is the keeper of the money in the house, so
yeah, I'm the keeper of the money, but she makes the decisions. So, but the first version is going to be kind of a scaled down version, right? It's going to have the offline capabilities, but it's not going to have a ton of features. So, they talked about doing a beta testing. I don't know if this is their beta testing technically, or, he didn't really talk about that. So I don't know if they've done the testing.
Just thinking from a logic point of view, most software that get released in the beginning, that's like the startup phase.
Yeah.
And then as time goes by, they improve it, make it better. So, yeah, I guess you could kind of say, I'm not saying it is 100%, but you could lean more towards like a 70% that it's a possibility is the beta.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it seems likely with the scaled down version that's a good way to go. If you're testing, you're going to test out basic features first, try to stress test it, put a bunch of people on it, get some feedback, and then move to the V2, add some more features, get some more feedback. To me, it's the perfect way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a, instead of doing a whole 2 or 3 week actual beta testing, just bring it out, give people limited capabilities, like you guys said.
Yeah.
Broderson. So we're not using the seed phrase. We're using it's a key. I don't even know. I guess I should go in there and look at it again. What they actually call it, I can't remember now. I'll get in there real quick. But you're not using your seed phrase. You're just going into MetaMask. And guys, you're only using MetaMask, and he's going to kind of clarify as to why. But I'll give you my opinion on MetaMask as to why they're using it. It's widely used. A lot of people use it. I think it's easy to use when they come out with the NFTs, because MetaMask is used for NFTs a lot.
Yeah.
And it's easier to use. Coinbase has a lot of quirks they have to work through in order to get it integrated into a lot of anything, really, a staking platform or even OpenSea, stuff like that. It's just harder to use. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I would pick Coinbase wallet anytime over MetaMask. But to each his own. You get it.
Yeah. I agree. So guys, it's called a private key. There's a private key. If you go to the settings and then go to security and privacy, you can get to the private key, and you have to enter your password in, and then it shows you. It's just a bunch of numbers, pretty much. So that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Hey, Mindful You, thanks for joining. That's V. That's good to see you, brother.
Well, thank you for the superstar part.
Does it have a scan? What do you mean, Tim? What do you mean scan? I agree, Kruger. MetaMask versus Coinbase. Yeah, I know I like Coinbase. One thing I like about Coinbase is it automatically identifies in NFTs and tokens. You don't have to import them. A lot of people, it's another step. You have to explain how to use it. Like you got to import your token. Oh, well, how do I do that? And so it's just another step. That's one thing I like about Coinbase.
Yeah, not only that, like for example, in my case, you know how there's some does token and does NFT. Like unless you know my password, you won't be able to do any transaction. And even if you're using a computer, unless you confirm it on my phone, you won't be able to do any transaction. That's how I have it set up. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. And Coinbase has done a lot of updates. Somebody mentioned in the VC that Coinbase has a lot of dust and stuff. Well, they may come up with a lot of updates lately where you can hide them, just like MetaMask and Coinbase, and you can kind of set if it has low balances, you can hide those. So they've made a lot of updates recently, and I think they're doing that because of intervention from government coming soon, regulations, cutting back on scams and things like that. I think they're just updating a lot of things just to be, I guess, up to par with other wallets.
Yeah. I mean, last time I checked, they already have a hide folder feature. So you can hide the NFT that you don't want. And yeah.
Yep. The Square barcodes, Tim. As far as the wallet for MetaMonkey, he didn't mention anything about that. About having that, I know what you're talking about, kind of like the QR code. He didn't say anything about that in the VC, so that was a good question.
It should have, if it's a crypto wallet, every crypto wallet has a QR code, and also has the thing to scan it.
Yeah, and that would be very helpful. It's about ease of use. I think that, and they're very good about that type of stuff. So I think, and another thing too, guys, they're going to have a link that you can like suggest things or give them feedback. When that's going to come out, hopefully soon after the wallet gets released, but you'll be able to go on that link and make suggestions and stuff like that. So ADNA, welcome, thanks for coming.
Well,
hey guys, I'm gonna have to step out here for a second, or maybe for a few minutes. I got just a minor emergency.
Okay, no problem.
I'll try to be back. All right,
sounds good.
All right, Sean.
Yes, thank you, DNA. Yeah, go ahead, and if you guys could hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We've been covering MetaMonkey quite a bit. I think it's a great project. Done AMAs with Augustine. Had Awesome Austin on here to talk about it. So it's just one of those projects where I think is, everything's taking a hit right now in the market. I mean, nothing looks good, I don't think.
No. No, what would be a cool feature that, how about just biometrics, right? Like face recognition, and to be able to open it, to close it, transactions.
Yeah.
That I think that would be cool, and also even safer than just putting in a passcode or a PIN.
I agree. I totally agree with you. And someone asked too, is it always going to be, used through MetaMask? And that's also a great question. One thing I would ask is, why didn't they make it a fully functional wallet where you actually create a wallet and have a seed phrase and do all that stuff? Why are they using MetaMask to go through it? I think that would be a great question to ask one of them. and I might hop on Twitter Space tomorrow and ask him that.
Yeah.
Is that a future upgrade where they might make it that way, so it's just a standalone wallet that you don't need MetaMask. So I think it's interesting that they're doing it that way.
Well, so basically, what I'm understanding is that right now they have like a web version. If you got to go through MetaMask first, then that's that wallet.
Right.
Yeah. So hopefully in the future they will work on just the standalone where you don't need MetaMask.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I think they should, especially if it works. And I think one of the things they said is they're bringing it out this way to kind of prove to people that the technology works, because people are like,
yeah.
well, offline, how are you going to use it offline? And so I think they want to kind of prove some people wrong that, hey, it does work, and then just make small adjustments and upgrades as they go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I mean, like I say, since day one, I feel like the team is very transparent. They know what they're going for and they know what they want to achieve. So it's like I was saying last time, people like to say, well, it's a scam. Why? Because the charts it's not looking so great. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, what project that you know of right now, the chart is 100% up or
Yeah.
halfway up. And the other
Yeah.
thing, like I was saying last time, that people gotta understand that there's a whole lot of investors. So if the investors decide to sell and then the other one follows and then it creates a waterfall
Panic
of
selling.
selling. Yeah, and
Yeah.
panic selling. I mean, come on. Can you really say the project is a scam or just that people are they figure they gonna get 3x in a week or so and they want to get out? That's all it is.
Yeah. And to think that a token after it launches is gonna it 2x, right? It just about 2x, and to think that it's just gonna stay there or keep going without anybody selling or anybody taking profits, is just not. It's not gonna be. I mean, everybody's gonna sell, and
Yeah.
plus with ETH tanking, I mean, it's $500 less than it was, or more when MetaMonkey launched. So anything anything tied to ETH is going to take a huge hit.
Oh
It's going
yeah.
to come with ETH. So some people just don't understand that, where it's tied to ETH. So ETH goes down, MetaMonkey goes down. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that is one thing, and even if you put a blue chip project and you notice the history, it first pump up nicely and then it did the same thing. It dropped. Why? Because unfortunately, that's how the market works. A
Yep.
lot of people put the money in early, and then later on, they feel like they already 1x, 2x, whatever the amount is, and then they get out.
Yeah. Yep. And
So,
I try and tell people, like, look, when somebody has a lot of money, if they put 100 grand into this project and it 2x's, they make a lot of money. Now us that put $1,000 in or $2,000 in, we
yeah,
don't make money as quickly. So a 2x for somebody that has a lot of money gets a lot of money, and so they put in 20 ETH, they cash out 30, and they walk away. That's a lot of
yeah,
money,
yeah,
and it's a quick week. It took 1 week to make that 10 grand, and so they leave with it. It's a lot easier, and that's what people don't understand about whales. It doesn't take long for them to make $1,000 or 10 grand, and then just walk away with it.
yeah. I mean, like even I myself, when I put in the 2 bags, um, I put in 1,000, so I saw that 1,000 go to 2,000. 280 at the all-time high. And
Yep.
I mean that's already right there, a quick X. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how what he plays it. Yeah, Tim, pretty much, man. I
Well, hey,
mean,
if you can, I always tell people, like, look, make a plan. If you want a 10x, then wait till 10x's and then pull everything out.
yeah,
Just know what you're gonna do, because I always tell people, one thing I've learned, we've said this before, is don't be greedy, take profits. If you're gonna sit here and hold the bag, you're just gonna be somebody else's exit liquidity. So taking profits is never bad, especially if you think it's gonna go down again. You can buy back in and have a
oh
bigger
yeah.
bag, you
See,
know.
like I said it, publicly, and I sold because I saw the panic selling coming. And honestly speaking, it doesn't mean that I don't believe in the project. It just means that I have enough experience in the crypto market to know what's going to happen next. So the minute I saw from 72, no, 70, and like around 70, then it dropped all the way to 58. I said right there, man, this isn't my time to get out, because after 58, it dropped all the way to where it's at now.
Yeah.
Now, what's my strategy? Well, I'm not gonna buy back in on a DeFi wallet. I'm gonna buy it back in one of the centralized exchange, because like that, whenever my bag 10x, whatever 5x, whatever is necessary, then right there, guess what? I don't got to worry about crazy ass gas fee.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
if you really notice, none of the none of us content creator is selling anybody diamond hand. We're
Yep.
saying if you need to take your profits. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. I totally agree. And there's nothing, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with selling. That's it's your money. You paid for those tokens. So if you get
Yeah.
to a point where you want to sell, and that just kind of leads us into exchanges. They said before they launched that they were going to hit exchanges pretty hard once they launched, and they have. The third one, Bitmart, it's going to be listed tomorrow. So 2 p.m. UTC, they're going to be listed on Bitmart, and
Yeah.
Bitmart does quite a bit of volume for being a little bit of a smaller exchange. So
No,
that's a better way too.
I'm actually, I mean, I don't want to create FOMO, but I am a little bit hype about Bitmar, because also when Saitama got on Bitmar, it started shooting up. I saw when Safe Moon, I don't know if you ever bought into that, but it
I
started
did.
shooting up.
Yeah.
And I mean, if those tokens that really didn't have no real utility, if they made it, to the point 1 billion or better, then imagine MetaMonkey AI that actually has utility and is going to have a working product, and the metaverse mode that they're going to do. All that, to me, that's a big plus. Apart from the fact that CoinMarketCap listing, CoinGecko listing,
Yep.
Bank listed, um, BKX, Probit, and Bitmart.
Yep.
So that's four exchange already right off the bat.
Yep. And pretty, in my opinion, pretty decent ones. That
Yes.
these are all good exchanges for good smaller exchanges that handle themselves pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with what they've. I'm actually surprised they're not on XT. XT is usually one of those that people get on right away, but Crowbit was one of those I didn't really had thought about. But I think in the future, exchanges play a big role in the future too. When utility starts to come out, it makes it accessible for the token, for people to buy it anywhere. The more places people can buy it, the better off you're going to be. So I think that's a big step for them, is just kind of getting them out of the way, being able to market to more places. So I think that's important.
Yeah. No, and you never know what the exchanges might be pending. And another thing, as far as listing on big exchanges, people gotta understand that you need a real good amount of volume in order to be listed in other exchanges. So if you start in these smaller exchanges and the volume is created, then that automatically gives you a better opportunity to get listed on other exchanges. Like, for example, that one, KuCoin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I agree. And KuCoin would be a good one for them to get on, whether they get on it or not. I think their plan is to get on just about everything, but I
yeah,
think they're going to have, they definitely have to have more volume for sure. And, more interest in buying the token, I think.
yeah,
But I think it's interesting to think that, Korea, where they're going next week, by the way, everybody, they're taking a trip. Great minds think alike. That's right. They're taking a trip to Korea to go to NS Labs and meet everybody there. And I think Korea uses a lot of digital currency already. So I think that's pretty interesting that that's who they're partnered with and what they're doing coming out of there. And so, they use a lot of digital currency already. I think it was 20% if I was not mistaken. But that's a lot considering the rest of the world,
yeah. No, and I mean, the Asian market, let's just put it that way. They open up there, they start marketing there, and the rumors start getting around. What do you think is going to happen? It's just like the Indian market. When you open up in the Indian market, I notice how a lot of tokens seem to grow because they accept crypto a lot. The
Yeah.
same thing with the Asian market, the same thing happens. So to
Yeah.
just have different markets and to be able to spread the word worldwide. Another thing to think about is this is a baby right now. It's still in diapers.
Yeah.
So the market cap is around what? 4 point something million. So let's say, and we got about 1,200, 300 holders.
Yeah. About almost 1,200.
Okay. So this is, like I said, the baby stage. So imagine, and I'm not saying by any means it's not financial advice, but imagine holding that bag until you start seeing 100,000 holder.
Yep.
Imagine where that market cap is going to be at.
Yep. I mean, it's amazing. The market cap's 3.3 million and the liquidity is 2 million.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small market cap token still. And so, and the floor is extremely strong. So it's amazing to see that. A lot of people don't really understand that, but if you see a lot of tokens are, say have 10 or 12 million market cap, they have 600,000 to a million liquidity, so it's a lot. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Tim. I can't wait to see the labs either. I think it's awesome that Austin's going and they're going to film from there.
Oh yeah.
He's going to do lives with. I think he said he wanted to do it with the guy that runs NS Labs, and pretty much said he wants to record everything that they do there. And to me, that's pretty awesome. And I know Augustine said that we want to go and show everybody that it exists Anybody can say that they're working with these people and pull up the website, but they're going to go and meet them and show everybody that this is our relationship we have. So,
yeah, that's another thing, man. Like they're willing to actually have Austin go down there, which he's a very respected YouTuber
mm-hmm.
and very transparent person. And I've been following Austin way before I decided to become a YouTuber.
Yep.
So
Me too.
the fact that he is gonna go over there, that the team wants him there, that tells me a whole lot about the team in general.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. I think it just, I agree with you. It shows a lot about them wanting to go and actually meet everybody and film it. Show everybody what's going on. I agree. That's huge for me. Did I see that coming? I had no idea. When they said they were going, I'm like, wow, that's a big move.
yeah,
Big move.
yeah. And to actually be able to see the labs and everything and what they're working on. I mean, from the very beginning, what I see is that they've been doing the right things. They waited for the CERTIC audit before doing the pre-sale.
Yep.
On top of that, they're doing the Skynet, which it's an automatic audit of the contract, like what, every 5 minutes, an example,
Yep.
just to make sure that everything is correct.
Yep.
So now, Alex, in your experience, how many tokens have you went by that they tell you, oh, we cannot list on CoinMarketCap because we need certain amount of this, certain amount of that, or we can do it on CoinGecko because of this, because of that, or we cannot get on an exchange because of this or because of that, and always have an excuse. But yet, Metamonkey AI, like basically right off the back.
Yeah, within a week.
Huh?
Within a week, it was all done. And I think one thing that impressed me the most was, the value showing up in the wallet almost a couple days after launch. I mean, most tokens, it takes a week or two for the value to show up in the wallet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, they are really, fast tracking everything as much as possible and getting things done, So I thought that was pretty impressive.
And they also got other exchanges that, like I said, I'm pretty sure the minute they see good volume, they're not even going to ask. Or, well, in my opinion, at times I feel like when it comes to exchange listing, you also gotta present your project formally, and you gotta show them a good plan. I don't think it's just, well, we're gonna list you because you pay us and that's that. So
yeah, I agree. The one thing I thought was interesting, and I want to get your opinion on this. Someone asked if it was going to have a CERTIC audit, the wallet, and one of the devs came up and said that they're not going to do it because they don't want to show somebody else the code of the wallet. So that's one thing that I'm like, well, there's a lot of people out there that are going to want that audit to be done to make sure it's safe. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, all right. So this is like a mixed feeling situation, because if you're running it off from MetaMask directly, which is what I think is going to be, which is a DApp, then it kind of doesn't make sense to make the audit now.
Yeah.
Now, if they have a standalone wallet and they want to do the CERTIC audit, then there it will make more sense.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with that. That's a good way to look at it too. Is it's not a standalone wallet, So on that security side of it or the auditing side of it, it may not be necessary. I do still think there's going to be some pushback with just people in the crypto space as far as, oh, you're having a wallet, but you're not having it audited and da 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 da. And so, but I think that's a good way to explain it, Yeah, Tim, I did too. I really did. When they say wallet, I'm thinking it's its own wallet. I never thought to have a pass through, I guess you want to call it, with another wallet. It's just like, just I hate talking about it, but with like SataMask and Cytopro, you can do it both ways. You can import, or you can just have your own wallet, set up. So, just another thing they're doing different, I guess. Not necessarily wrong. Nothing wrong with it. Just different.
Yeah, but not only that, like all right, so SATA Pro, SATA whichever you want to call it, they have a standalone wallet, but it's a working wallet.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where nobody really wants to talk about it anymore. Just like Tim, I didn't want to say it. I didn't either, but that's the problem, and that's exactly what Augustine and Andrew and then want to do is they want to show people that it works. Like we talked about earlier, because so many people can say they have this wallet, but is it actually going to work? So, it'll be interesting to see what it's like. I can't wait for people to review it and show us what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I even know of another project, which I think about it too. Panda Project. Their wallet, it's not standalone just yet. Their wallet is a web wallet. So, but it still works. It's still good.
What do you mean? It's so what does that mean? A wet wallet?
Okay, a web wallet is
a web wallet.
Yeah, where you'll get your C phrase, you will get your private key, but you will access it through the internet. You don't have an actual app or anything like that. It's not standalone. So if MetaMonkey AI is the same thing, a DApp or a web wallet,
yeah,
it's not really bad. It's not the first or the last project that I've seen. Even there's even a good project, Bella's. When Bella started, they only had a web wallet. I think, let me check now if they have it now as a standalone wallet. So what I'm trying to say is they'll probably started off as a web wallet, but then later on it could be the standalone wallet. And it's not the first project that has actually done that before.
Right.
Let me see. Oh, yep. See? Bella's wallet, it's now on Play Store. But when they first released, it was only the web version.
Yeah, so it wasn't a fully capable standalone wallet yet. So So it's been done before. I honestly never heard of that before until MetaMonkey did it or brought it out. But it's kind of interesting. I wonder if the creation is easier or it's cheaper or is it easier to use somebody else's security like MetaMask to help with that. I don't know. It's interesting if more people will start doing that or not. Because I can't imagine what it costs to make an app, a wallet.
No, I mean creating anything in general, because programming, you still gotta pay a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not the same as of having it in a standalone version than having it in a web version, but it still costs about the same. Probably one cheaper than the other, because the standalone version you actually gotta pay the programmer to build that and the features and everything else. And in the web, um, it's more like a domain, which most likely is cheaper, but you still gotta program the web page to do what you want it to do.
Yep. Yep. So another thing I wanted to mention too is they are going to make another big announcement. They said next week. So when he said, "Oh, we're gonna do it next week," I'm like, "Well, here, I hope they can do it. I hope it comes out." But that's exciting. I think they're gonna just continue to roll stuff out at this point, and I wonder if they're gonna make an announcement from Korea because they'll be there next week, I think. So that would be pretty cool if they were to make some type of announcement from there, live. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Well, just imagine that they start the marketing campaign right off Korea.
Yeah, yeah,
That to me will be massive.
yeah. I agree. I
So
agree. And I wonder what they're gonna do for marketing besides YouTubers and stuff. They're gonna do like press releases or articles or whatever. I wonder what they're gonna do. I don't know that they've announced exactly what they're gonna do for marketing yet, but I'd be interested to see what they're gonna do.
well, one thing I could say in one of the AMAs that I heard, I believe it was Andrew. He said that there was gonna be one catalyst after the other when the token is released, which that's kind of what they've been doing.
Yeah,
So first is the exchanges, then they came up with the wallet. Later on, probably more exchanges. Who knows? Some partnerships. Um, like I said, there's plenty of avenues that they could go about to continue growing the project.
yeah,
But one thing that people got to remember is the fact that this project is still a baby, and
yeah,
that's the way I see it.
yeah. I mean, it's barely. This is its third week being launched, third or fourth week being launched. So
Yeah,
there's the fact that they've done what they've done as far as 3 exchanges as of tomorrow being listed, a fourth coming, and a wallet being released.
yeah,
There's tokens out there that said they were bringing out a wallet and it took a year.
yeah,
So to be fully functional and actually be working. So I think they're gonna keep. I think once they get going and get releasing stuff, it'll just continue to happen. So,
yeah,
but I'm excited. This is one of only 2 projects I continue to cover, which we're gonna kind of hop into the next one here in a minute. But it's exciting to find something that with a community that are invested, they're loyal, wanting to stick with it. Supportive. It's great to see.
yeah. I mean, there's some projects that well, where my peace of mind comes from, and why I don't mind talking about it and promoting it, is because at least I feel like it's a very transparent team. They're trying to do the right thing, and that at the end of the day, the investors' money is safe. If I
Yeah.
would have felt otherwise, I wouldn't talk about it.
Right.
Even let's say an example, they would have said, "We'll pay you $1 million." Sounds very tempting, but at the end of the day, if it's not my cup of tea, I wouldn't promote it.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel the same way. I cover a lot of para too,
Yeah.
and para relaunched staking last night.
Okay.
And, almost 10 billion staked already, and well, it's been 24 hours now. But they one thing I like about Lee with para is, he reimbursed everybody for the staking fees they did and the unstaking fees from the old platform, and sent them to all the holders that spent money, and reimbursed them for that.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and so if you use your wallet to stake on the old platform and then unstake to come over to the new one, you got ETH back for that, and I got mine, and I know tons of other people got theirs back as well. So that's just, to me, trust level in a project like that is very high, and that's why I continue. That's why I work with them, and that's why I've stuck with them, is through everything. He's always been upfront and honest, and
Yeah.
if something goes wrong, he reimburses. So
No, yeah, I spoken to Lee 2 or 3 times, and um, basically seems like a pretty straight up guy, very transparent too, and what he's trying to do, especially with that DAP, which is another thing, I think that's great. Like literally, if not if, but when they get that going, I think that's gonna be a big plus
yeah,
for the Para token itself.
yeah, I totally agree. It's going to be, people, we keep calling it a DAG bridge, and people are like, well, are you going to make your own blockchain? And we're like, well, that's what the DAG bridge is. It bridges um, pretty much everything, and can be taken to like a POS system and be used for payment. So no, we don't really need a blockchain. We're just going to use the DAG bridge instead. So, another thing he said yesterday in the huddle was he's got a call with DC tomorrow. So, as far as what they're going to talk about, I don't know, but he's continuing to be in contact with them. So what they're working on, the biggest thing with government right now is regulation coming up, and they're always being prepared. Yeah, Broderson, pair to $1. That's right.
Yeah,
Um, they constantly trying to do things to prepare for what's coming. That's another thing I like too. Is he must know something. He must know something if they're going to relaunch, change the contract just to prepare for regulation. So something's got to be coming. So, but I think being 10 billion tokens staked in 24 hours shows a lot about the community, and everybody throwing their tokens in, and just kind of trusting the process of the the devs. So it's very
yeah,
exciting. I know we've been waiting about a week for it to come back online, and so it's finally here. Looks like everybody's pretty much got their token staked now, and so pretty excited about that. A lot of things to come for Para, and I'm excited.
no, I mean, and what's Paris chart right now?
1760. It took a big hit right here when ETH
Yeah,
dropped. That's pretty
no, I
much,
mean, every token right now in the market is taking a
yeah,
hit. I mean,
yeah, yeah. It was pretty steady in the low twos, like 21, 22, and then when ETH started to drop, it just and then you can see it goes down, and people are like, oh, I'm going to buy some more, and then ETH drops more, but as ETH goes back up, obviously everything will go back up. So I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully the next month or two things start to turn around for everybody. But this is the
I
time.
mean, I don't want to be a pessimist, but I am a very realistic person, and the way I'm looking at the market, we're gonna have some relief rally here and there.
Yeah,
But if you ask me, will the next bull run start? No, it would take some time before it actually starts going back up.
yeah. Well, I think I think regulation plays a huge part of it. I think there's just too many. The fear index is just too high with Luna, Celsius, all that stuff coming about and happening. People losing everything on those projects. And people are like, well, I don't want to buy into crypto right now. I'm going to wait until the government says it's safe to buy into it. And there's so many scams, and then there's other people like, oh, it's not real. I can't even use it. I can't walk into the grocery store and use my Metamonkey to buy groceries. So what's the point? So I think all that plays into it. When you only have 4% of the world or 5%, whatever it is, invested in crypto, you've got a lot of people, a lot of money, I think, waiting to invest. So it'll come. I agree with you. I think it's going to take time.
Yeah, because it's also the macroeconomics, man. Everything is not looking good right now, especially with the high rate and everything. And I mean, for crypto to start running up, that, like I said, it will have to take a miracle.
Yeah, I really do think it's going to take a catalyst of some sort, whether it's government regulation or something that's going to bring crypto to people. You know what I mean? It's gonna take something for people to start to throw money into it.
Well, shoot, it would be nice if United States decided to adopt cryptocurrency for good.
Yeah. Well, Powell came out and said that what we need is a digital US dollar, and I'm like, no, it's not. People don't want that. That's not what people want.
They kind of already made a digital US dollar. I don't know if you noticed in Coinbase, they have the USD, which is digital.
Yep.
And then they have the USDC, which is Coinbase, and it's also digital. Yep. But what I find even more interesting is the fact that they have state coins. So my question to you is this: if they're not planning to adopt crypto, then why are they creating state coins?
Yeah.
There's the Miami coin, there's the New York coin, and I haven't checked in a while, so there's probably more coins. But this is the funny thing. You can only find those coins in OKX.
That is
no, sorry, not OKX. OK Coin.
OK Coin.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What I think a lot of people don't think of, and you can consider this conspiracy theory if you want, but
do you get frozen?
Why? Can you hear me?
Oh no, now you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Something happened. I think they're waiting to do something before they adopt it, and it's going to benefit them the most, in my opinion. They're doing something so they get the most benefit out of it in the end. So, why is it taking so long to regulate? Why are they dragging their feet to regulate? What are they doing? So, and of course, it's always going to benefit them.
Yeah. I mean, so this is my thing, and probably this is bad, or some people is going to see it as bad, but I find it funny how they're quick to tax people, but they're still struggling to just fully regulate.
Sorry, you froze.
Oh no, I say I found it funny how they're quick to tax people, but they're having trouble to regulate it.
Yeah. I know. That's the funny thing. I totally agree with you, because if there's any chance of them making a ton of money from it, why wouldn't they do it? That's my question.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're going to make a ton of money from it. we're already paying taxes off of it. So nobody's getting around that. It's not like people aren't paying taxes on crypto after they cash out. You still have to pay taxes on that. So that's a good thought. I totally agree.
Yeah. You see, the thing about me, man, is you could call it weird, but I always think outside the box. I always think way different than most. And, I don't want to like create conspiracy theories and all that, but I mean, when you look at everything in general, I feel like they are planning to get 100% in crypto, but they're waiting to at least for them to have their own cryptocurrency in order for them to be like, okay, well, this is the good one. This is the one we want to work with. This is the one that's going to be accepted.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if you know about INX token?
What'd you say?
Do you know about INX token?
No, I don't.
All right. Look for INX digital.
Okay.
All right.
Do some research on it.
I'm not talking about the one that's on MEXC or any of that. No. Look for INX security token.
This one?
There you go. Yes. So I known about this token way before it was even like fully released. I went on the pre-sale, made a pretty good, a decent amount of money, and then obviously it got out.
Yeah.
But this is the first SEC approved security token. On top of that, they have their own exchange. And their exchange is getting licensed in almost every state.
The IPO. Oh wow.
So, in my opinion, obviously not financial advice, but that token right there might have a bright future.
Yeah, I agree.
So
that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look more into that.
Yeah, well, when you get the chance, by all means, man. And if you need any help, just ask me. I know almost everything about it. I already know that they already released the application for the exchange. I know how to buy it, but you gotta use MetaMask. They have a swap, which is the only place where you could buy the INX token, and it's not listed on any other exchange just yet, but their own.
That's man. I didn't. How do people not know about this? Or I guess I haven't seen it anywhere.
Because not a lot of people really know about it, and like even for me to find them, man, I did a lot of research, and when I finally found it, I was able to jump into the pre-sale, and yeah, I mean from 1K to 3K, 3,500, not bad. Because the token actually went to like around $3 and some change.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check this out tonight, though, for sure.
All
right, everybody. Well, that's pretty much all I had for tonight. So I think we've been on for about an hour, so I'm probably hop off here. But Wadi, thank you for coming on. It was nice chatting with you and talking about everything, and I'll have to do this again for sure.
Yeah, bro. I mean, anytime, and thank you for inviting me. And hey, bro, like I said, it's good talk, and let's just keep moving forward no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. Rad, welcome.
Right, you got your name right.
She's been on the phone, or I mean the plane. Sorry, she's been on flights all day. Seems like she's in Hawaii right now. So, but
Oh,
you have to go back and watch, Rad. We got some good stuff at the beginning, I guess, and about MetaMonkey. Big announcements today, so I have to go back and watch it. But yeah. Thanks everybody for coming. I'll be back on next week. I'll be on with Balto Token on Tuesday, doing an AMA with them, and then I'll be back probably next Thursday doing some more updates and just talking crypto. So watch out for that. Again, Waddy, thank you for coming, and thank you everybody else, and we'll see everybody on the next video.
all right. Have a good one.